Imagine waking up to find that the money you trusted in an online exchange had simply vanished. Thousands of people experienced this nightmare in early 2019 when Quadriga CX, once Canada's largest cryptocurrency exchange, suddenly collapsed. At the heart of this scandal was Gerald Cotten, the so-called crypto king, whose sudden and mysterious death left more than 76,000 customers without access to their funds. With him, he allegedly took over $215 million in digital assets to the grave. Was it truly an unfortunate tragedy caused by illness, or was it an elaborate scheme designed to disappear with millions? To this day, the Quadriga CX saga remains one of the most shocking cautionary tales in cryptocurrency history. In this video, we'll explore who Gerald Cotten was, how he built his empire, how it crumbled, and why his legacy continues to cast a shadow over the blockchain world. Early life, the making of a crypto king. Gerald Cotten was born in Belleville, Ontario, and raised in a comfortable suburban household. His parents ran an antiques business, and from a young age, Gerald displayed an unusual curiosity about finance and business. Unlike many children his age, he wasn't drawn to sports or hobbies as much as he was fascinated by money, trade, and markets. His early environment nurtured his entrepreneurial instincts, laying the foundation for his later ventures into the unpredictable world of cryptocurrency. Cotten went on to attend York University's Schulich School of Business in Toronto, graduating with a degree in business administration in 2010. During his college years, he was already exploring different ways of earning money online. He became intrigued by new financial technologies and looked for opportunities outside the traditional banking system. This search for innovation and independence eventually led him toward Bitcoin, a digital currency that was still considered experimental at the time. Entering the world of Bitcoin. In the early 2010s, Bitcoin was only known among tech enthusiasts and libertarians who believed in decentralization. But Gerald Cotten immediately recognized its potential to disrupt traditional finance. He began buying, selling, and experimenting with Bitcoin, quickly gaining experience in how the cryptocurrency ecosystem functioned. His early involvement gave him an edge, and he saw an opportunity to create a marketplace where everyday Canadians could access digital currencies without navigating complicated technical processes. Alongside his business partner, Cotten co-founded Quadriga CX in 2013. The exchange was designed to make cryptocurrency accessible to the general public, positioning itself as a trustworthy, user-friendly, and local alternative to international platforms. Within a few years, Quadriga CX grew into Canada's largest exchange, handling millions of dollars in transactions. For thousands of users, it was the main gateway into the new digital economy. The rise of Quadriga CX. Quadriga CX quickly became a household name in Canadian crypto circles. At its peak, the exchange boasted over 76,000 customers and processed hundreds of millions of dollars in trades. Cotten himself became a minor celebrity in the crypto community, often referred to as Canada's crypto king. He presented himself as approachable, charismatic, and trustworthy, the kind of leader investors could feel safe relying on. But behind the curtain, Quadriga CX was far from stable. Unlike regulated financial institutions, it had little oversight or accountability. Even more concerning, Gerald Cotten maintained full control over the exchange's funds. He alone held the private keys to the cold storage wallets where customer assets were supposedly secured. This meant that if anything happened to him, no one else could access the money. A massive red flag that few customers noticed until it was too late. The honeymoon and the shocking death. In December 2018, Gerald Cotten traveled to India with his wife, Jennifer Robertson, for their honeymoon. While there, he reportedly developed complications from Crohn's disease, a condition he had struggled with for years. On December 9th, Cotten was declared dead at the age of just 30. His sudden passing shocked the crypto world, but it was what came after that turned this tragedy into one of the greatest mysteries in blockchain history. Shortly after his death, Quadriga CX announced that Gerald had been the only person with access to the exchange's cold storage wallets. In other words, more than $215 million worth of cryptocurrency was suddenly locked away, inaccessible to anyone, Not even his wife or business partners. Customers were stunned, realizing that their money had effectively vanished overnight. The fallout: missing millions and angry investors. The collapse of Quadriga CX left a trail of financial devastation. Over 76,000 people lost access to their funds, some of whom had invested life savings or retirement money. As anger spread, so did suspicion. Many questioned the circumstances of Gerald's death. Was it truly Crohn's disease, or had he faked his own passing to disappear with the money? The fact that his death occurred in India, a country where corruption in documentation has been reported, fueled conspiracy theories. Investigators soon uncovered even more troubling revelations. It appeared that Gerald had been using customer deposits for personal trading on other exchanges. He had lost large amounts of money on risky bets and had even used some funds to support a lavish lifestyle, including luxury travel and expensive properties. The exchange was not the fortress of security it claimed to be, but rather a house of cards waiting to collapse. Jennifer Robertson and the legal storm. In the aftermath, Jennifer Robertson, Cotten's widow, became a central figure in the scandal. She was named the executor of his estate and was suddenly at the center of lawsuits and investigations. While she insisted she had no knowledge of Gerald's financial mismanagement, critics argued that it was impossible for her to have been completely unaware. Legal documents revealed that assets had been moved into shell companies and offshore accounts, some of which were linked to Robertson. Investigations and conspiracy theories. The Ontario Securities Commission later concluded that Quadriga CX was effectively a Ponzi scheme, relying on new customer deposits to pay out older investors. Gerald Cotten had been covering up the company's financial instability for years, and his death simply exposed the truth. But for many, the explanation didn't feel complete. Lessons from the Quadriga CX collapse. The Quadriga CX case is a painful reminder of the risks involved in cryptocurrency. It showed how vulnerable centralized exchanges can be when power and control are concentrated in the hands of one person. Unlike blockchain itself, which is decentralized, Quadriga CX operated more like a private kingdom ruled by a single king. When the king died, the kingdom collapsed. The Black Hole Legacy. The story of Gerald Cotten and Quadriga CX is more than just a mystery. It is a warning. It shows how misplaced trust, lack of safeguards, and unchecked power can destroy lives. Even today, thousands of victims remain without closure, their money locked in digital limbo. For some, Gerald Cotten is remembered as a reckless dreamer. For others, he is seen as a conman who orchestrated one of the largest crypto scandals in history. So what do you think? Was Cotten truly a victim of illness, or did he fake his death to escape with millions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives into the mysteries of the crypto world. This is Blockchain Black Holes, uncovering the dark corners of digital finance that no blockchain can ever hide.